My sister did AD while I was in middle school, so I would help her study a lot for it, and I would quiz her over it, and I saw how close she got with the teammates, and that was something I really wanted in high school, so I tried out when I came. Not only have I made great friends, but I've also learned a lot of study skills, and just in general I'm way more comfortable with myself than I feel I might have been if I hadn't done AD. My favorite part would be studying as a group with everyone and just learning and feeding off of each other, but my favorite subject would have to be literature, because as opposed to all of the other subjects, well, the topic this year is India, so all of the other subjects you see Americans talking about India, but in literature you get to actually see works written by Indians themselves.
I've done it this past year, and the year before I tried out as a sophomore, but we had some juggernauts on the AA team, and I didn't get a position. But this year I got it, so a year and a half, I guess. I love challenge, and challenge academically is just interesting for me, and I love doing it, so I feed off it. AD is my thing, and I feed off of it.
I enjoy the workloads a lot, but what you get out of it and the rewards and like the medals and everything that you get is pretty rewarding, so just the overall payoff from the work. When you find out that you got one of the highest grades in the class for a test that you stayed up all night for studying, maybe didn't try as hard in some of your other classes, but you got one of the highest in the class, so that's pretty rewarding. You really learned how to organize more efficiently, and you get better at studying as it progresses. Like, it was really hard at first when I first started, but the more you did it and the longer you spent on it, the easier it got, and you can just do more things in a shorter amount of time.
I get a lot of experience with helping with my study skills, especially. It's something that I struggled with beforehand, that now that I've done AD, it really helped to improve on that. I have been doing AD for 2 years now. This is my second year. I really enjoy the team-like atmosphere. It's really much more like a family, actually, than a team. We all get along really well, and we love each other just a lot.
I really like, with the state competition, just the focus it gives us, and we all get really focused immediately before it, and especially when we go places, when you're in the hotel room and they're having to tell you to go to sleep, but you're staying up studying. And I remember at Nationals last year, one guy, we had to force him to sleep for an hour because he wouldn't sleep any more than that. And I really like the just intensity right before a competition.
It's more than what people like to look at it as. Lots of people, especially in our school, will see all the academic decathlon people and will say, oh my goodness, all they do is just study, study, study. Well, we do, of course we do lots of studying, but we are a family and we bond. Some of my best friends and people that I really look up to are in AD.
We can't have interview and speech, which gives us an important point to see where we're at before nationals, which we have gotten to and hopefully we'll get to this year. But it's just different because you don't get the feeling of actually being there and seeing the other competition and just being a part of the overall process. It's kind of like you're separate from a distance.
I'd tell people it's hard. It definitely is hard, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it.